You believe you chose to spend it. You didn't. The friction that once made you hesitate was quietly engineered away, one tap at a time. That coffee you tapped for felt harmless. The receipt you're holding now tells a very different story. Your brain felt no pain. When you hand over cash, your brain feels a sting. Digital taps bypass that pain. Spending becomes frictionless and invisible. Mental accounting splits your money into separate buckets. Digital payments skip the buckets entirely and go straight to spent. Your balance dropped by $200. It happened across 30 taps. Each one felt like nothing. Together, they were everything. Where did your money go? You can't remember. That is the point. The system is designed to make your spending feel invisible. Each tap is a drip in a bucket with a hole. Individually, they are tiny. Collectively, they drain your account by the end of the month. One-click checkout mimics a slot machine. You pull the lever, you get a reward, and you never see the coins you actually lost. $3 a day feels like nothing. Multiply that by 30 days, and you have lost $100. This is how it works. The number you thought you spent is $50. The actual number is $247. You were off by $200. Cash activates a pain center in your brain. Cards completely bypass it. Digital spending is designed to feel like a game. Every tap sends a coin into a growing pile. You do not feel each coin individually, but the pile grows faster than you realize. Your wallet is being pulled in two directions. Cash tugs with pain and awareness. Digital taps tug with speed and no friction at all. A crack in the piggy bank lets coins fall out unnoticed. The balance line drifts down while you're looking the other way. How much did you actually lose this week? You guessed 50. The real number is 247. That is the gap. The house is the force that engineered this system. It wants you to tap without thinking. It profits from your frictionless spending. You can break the chain that connects your wallet to the house. The power to stop the leak is in your hands right now. The old way had no friction. The new way adds a notification. That small pause is enough to make you stop and think. $247 per month is nearly $3,000 per year. That is your money quietly disappearing. The giant hand reaching for the buy button is the house. It is designed to make you tap without thinking. You are the target. Free trials are bait on a trap. The first tap costs nothing, but the auto-renew charge costs you $247. Day 1 is free. Day 30 hits your wallet. That free trial you forgot about is now a monthly subscription you never wanted. A $5 subscription here and a $10 one there. They add up to $50 per month without you ever noticing. You think you spend $200 a year on subscriptions? The reality is over $600. You're paying double what you think. Mental accounting is the way your brain categorizes money. Digital taps bypass the categories and go straight to your spent pile. One click launches your money down a roller coaster. There's no friction, no pause, no question. It goes straight to spent. When you see a notification, you pause. That pause saves you from the tap that would have cost you another $5. A cork stops a leak. Friction stops digital spending. Add a pause to your buying process, and the money stays in your wallet. 3 tools stop the leak: notifications, a separate account, and a delay. Use them and you take back control of your money. What if you could stop the leak this month? You already have the tools. It is time to turn them on and start saving. The receipt shows charges you did not see. The magnifying glass reveals hidden fees. Your total is not what you expected it to be. $247 per month becomes nearly $3,000 per year. That is a vacation you have been paying for. Subscriptions take the biggest slice of your monthly leak. Fees take another slice. Impulse buys take the rest. It all adds up. 8 subscriptions at $10 each is $80 a month. That is nearly $1,000 a year. Do you use them all? The $9 subscription is just the tip. The hidden fees and charges underwater are the $247 total. You see a base price of $15, you pay $43 after fees. The fees are hidden until the final checkout. Processing fees, service fees, taxes, delivery fees, they stack up one by one until your $15 item costs $43. Each convenience fee is only 99 cents. Multiply that by 247 times and you have lost real money. Your checkout total is $43. You expected 15. That is the surprise the house has been hiding from you all along. Your monthly leak rivals your grocery bill. It is larger than your dining out budget. That is the cost of frictionless spending. Cash creates pain in your brain. Cards create zero pain. That is why you spend more with digital payments than you ever would in cash. A hot dog costs $3 in cash. The same hot dog costs the same on a card, but only one of them triggers the pain of paying. Cash feels like climbing stairs, card feels like an escalator. The escalator takes your money faster and with zero effort from you. Digital spending flows like water from a faucet. Cash drips slowly. The faucet is faster, and it is the one the house wants you to use. $20 in cash hurts to spend. The same $20 on a card feels like nothing. Your brain treats them as different money. The house pulls strings attached to your wallet and your card. You think you're in control, but the puppet master is behind the curtain. A pizza costs $15. With delivery and fees, it is $26. You paid twice the price just for the convenience. Each fee is a step on an escalator. You start at $15 and climb to $26 without ever noticing the ride. You estimated $120 in spending. The actual was $247. The perception gap is costing you. What if you could stop the leak this year? The annual cost is nearly $3,000. That is a number worth paying attention to. The house is not a person, it is a system designed to take your money. It builds the infrastructure that makes you tap without thinking. The trapdoor opens when you tap. Your money falls through and disappears. The house pulls the lever while you're looking away. Subscriptions, fees, and impulse buys all flow into the same funnel. The house consolidates your small leaks into one large profit. Tap, no pain. Autopilot, house profit. That is the system. It removes friction at every stage so you never see where your money goes. You think you're in control of your spending? The X-ray reveals a giant hand pulling the strings. The illusion has been shattered. The puppet master is standing behind the curtain of dollar signs. You have seen the face of the house. Now you know the truth. The house takes 30% of every dollar you spend. You keep only 70%. That is the hidden tax on your spending. A $1 fee seems invisible, but when it happens 247 times, it becomes a significant part of your monthly loss. You expect to pay $15. The house adjusts the receipt to $26. The hidden fees are the secret to its profit. The house designed the payment interface. The tap button is placed right where you want it. That is not an accident, it is architecture. Every tap is a bet you lose. The wheel always stops on house wins. That is the game, and it is rigged from the start. Loss, aversion, mental accounting, friction removal. These are psychological tools the house uses to separate you from your money. You fear losing $10, but you actually lose $247. The system uses your fear against you to drain your wallet. You think the house takes 5%. The reality is 30%. The perception gap is where your money disappears without a trace. Is there a way out of the trap? Yes. The exit is not through willpower. It is through adding friction to your digital spending. You estimated $120. The actual was $247. The house took the difference without you noticing. The house built a maze of taps, each one pulling you deeper. The center of the maze is where your money ends up, not your pocket. A small tap of $3.99 rolls downhill, gathering speed and size, until it becomes a monthly loss of $247. The budget app says you're in control. The X-ray says otherwise. The house is pulling strings you cannot see until you look closer. The cage is made of dollar sign bars. The house holds the key. The exit is through the crack that friction creates in the system. Willpower alone cannot beat an engineered system. You're not weak. The system is designed to overpower your natural resistance to spending. Willpower accounts for only 10% of your spending. The system accounts for 90%. That is why budgeting alone often fails. Mental accounting keeps you focused on categories. System thinking shows you the bigger picture. The shift is where the power lies. When you look in the mirror, you blame yourself, but the reflection is the house. Stop blaming yourself and start changing the system. A budget planner is a great tool, but a gear system will always crush it. You need friction, not just numbers to stop the leak. Willpower is a treadmill running backward. The harder you push, the more the system pulls. You need to change the machine, not your effort. The stamp says, system override on every budget you make. Individual budgets cannot resist the engineered frictionless flow of digital spending. Your budget is a puppet on strings. The house holds the strings, but you can cut the strings by adding friction to your spending. The gap between budget and reality is where money leaks. Budgets are weak against the system. Friction is the bridge that closes the gap. Where does it all go? That is the question you have been asking. Now you have the answer and the tools to stop it. 3 tools stop the leak: notifications, a separate account, and a delay. Each tool adds friction, and each dollar saved stays in your wallet. A phone without a notification leaks money. A phone with a notification saves it. That small pause is the difference between spending and saving. A secondary account with a cap limits your spending. Transfer your weekly discretionary budget there and stop the rest from draining away. Notifications, secondary account, delay. These are your system beaters. They turn the tables on the house and put you back in control. The shield of friction protects your money from the house. The 3 tools are your armor. Now you can spend on your own terms. It is time to flip the switch. Old habits are the past. New habits with friction are the future. The change starts with a single tap. Friction cuts your spending from $247 to $120. That is a 60% reduction in your monthly loss. The door to freedom is open. You can walk through it. The house is receding behind you as you take control of your money. Your money can grow instead of leak. Friction helps it thrive. The house shrinks as your savings get stronger and your spending becomes mindful. The old way was a tap and a leak. The new way is a pause and a save. That simple change makes all the difference in the world. The line graph is heading downward. That is your spending after friction. It is the trend you want to see. Keep it going. A daily check mark on the calendar builds a habit. Each green mark represents a saved dollar. The habit becomes the tool that protects your money. Confusion turns to clarity when you see the system. The numbers stop swirling. You know where your money goes and why. The big picture is clear now. Friction helps you see your money. The system no longer has hidden corners where your cash can disappear. Before friction, you lost $247. After friction, you save $120. That is your new reality. 3 tools, 1 result: your money stays where it belongs. Notifications, secondary account, delay. Implement them and take control today. Transferring to a secondary account is the first step. It is simple and it works. That action starts the process of stopping your leak. Your action plan is ready. Turn on notifications, set up the account, add a delay. Each step is a brick in your money-saving wall. Setup is complete. Your phone is now your ally, not your enemy. The system is in place, and your money is now protected. You have seen the system, you know the tools, you can stop the leak. Your money is yours. Again, keep building the habit.